Hey guys! So today is going to be the first video in a series of videos I want to do on beauty icons. So today is going to be Brigit Bardot, as you probably already guessed from the title. So if you've got any requests for a beauty icon that you'd love me to do, I'm thinking like maybe Twiggy, maybe like Rita Hayworth or Sophia Loren, all the classic beauties. If there's anyone that you would like me to kind of recreate a makeup look for, just let me know in the comments down below. But today it's going to be Brigit Bardot. I hope you can already tell from the hair, my attempt. It's really messy, but her hair is really messy, so that's my excuse. So if you want to see how to go from this to this, then keep watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is pop on foundation, and I'm using my Max Factor Lasting Performance in the colour 100 Fair. Brigit always had quite matte skin actually, so it is quite, I suppose it's quite old-fashioned, like skin now usually is, very luminous and glowy and dewy, but Brigit definitely had a more matte, kind of velvety finish. So this foundation is great for that, it does have that matte finish. I'm applying that with a Loreal and Langnickel Complexion brush. So that's the foundation on. I'll finish off my skin after the eyes are done, so I'll do the concealer and powder and all that kind of stuff after the eyes. Next I'm going to put on some Painterly Paint Pot as a base for my eyeshadow. And I'm also just going to run that right under the lash line here as well. Next I'm going to run some colour through my brows. I'll just start off by brushing them upwards with a spoolie. Brigit had quite a round shape in her brows, like not completely round, but it's not like she had an angular arch or anything like that, just a nice soft shape. So I'll try and recreate that. I'm using Lingering Brow Pencil by MAC. And then just taking an angle brush and some Omega eyeshadow, which is this one here, I'll just go over the top of that pencil. Okay, both brows are done. Now I'm just going to set over the top of the paint pot with some face powder. This is just one of the L'Oreal True Matte powders in the colour C1. Just with a fluffy eyeshadow brush, just to take away the stickiness of the paint pot. So although they are great for holding eyeshadow on and stopping them from creasing, they are a bit sticky unless you put powder on, so sometimes your eyeshadow can look a bit patchy. Next I'm going to take some Maybelline gel eyeliner. This is just the black one, and this little brush I'm using is from Coastal Scents. I'm going to start off just by lining my eye and doing a bit of a flick, a cat flick. The eyeshadows I'm going to be using for this tutorial are from the Naked palette, because I think this is such a perfect palette for this kind of look. It's very Brigit Bardot. And I'm going to use Creep, which is almost black. It's like that charcoal, almost black, and there's little kind of flecks of silver going through it. I'm going to press it over the eyeliner. Oh, and we're getting a lot of fallout from this. Excellent. And then taking a pencil brush to softly smudge it. Next I'm going to take that line, or that liner I should say, and just draw it along my lower lash line and connect it to the top. Whoops. And she had a line that pretty much went the entire way across the bottom. And then just before it sets, take a pencil brush again and smudge. Now it's not like a really smoky eye underneath, so if you feel like it's blended a little bit too far, just take your cotton tip and clean some of that black away. And remember again, we don't have any concealer under the eyes, so be able to tidy it up even more with the concealer. Now, Brigitte never really had black eyeliner in her waterline, but she has a very different eye shape to me. Her eyes are definitely a lot more, they're a little bit more almond, whereas mine are quite round. So when I don't put eyeliner in my waterline, but I have it along my lash line, it can make my eyes look a little bit googly. Like you can see, it looks quite mer. So I'm going to take a little bit of Book, which is kind of soft brown colour, onto an angle brush and just press it onto my waterline. So it's not black, but it's just kind of helping to close my eye a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to take a line from the outside of this liner back and across through the crease. This is using the gel eyeliner again. So draw a line from the end and bring it into your socket. And then I'm just using a really tiny little smudge brush to smudge it in. And I know at this stage it looks really messy and not very nice, but it will come together at the end, I promise. I'm gonna take my bigger pencil brush and more of Creep. Just go back over that. And then back into my smaller brush. And a little bit more Creep on the brush, just to intensify that inside. And just bring the line forward a little bit more here. Now I'm going to go into Naked, this colour here, and a clean 217 brush. And take a little bit, kind of knock off the excess. And in that gap between the two, I'm just going to go over, and it'll help to almost blend them a little bit closer together, just soften it that tiny little bit. Add a little bit more. And then do the same on the upside, the upper edge of that crease colour, and blend it towards the eyebrow a little bit. And then I'm going to take a little bit of Vanilla. This is on the same brush I used to put on the paint pot. Just highlight the brow bone. And bring it in here. And then do the same on the other eye. Okay, now I'm gonna pop on some mascara. I'm using L'Oreal Voluminous. I'm gonna put on quite a bit. Now I'm gonna pop some concealer under my eyes, and I'm using the Collection 2000 Lasting Perfection. I'll try and not put too much on this time. Then I'm just buffing that in with a Sigma E40 brush. And then anywhere I've got a blemish, I'm going to use some Studio Finish concealer in the colour NC15. I'm going to set over the top with my MAC Prep and Prime translucent powder, which is really on its last legs now. And this is an Inglot 4 SS brush. Brigitte had very lovely kind of sun-kissed tan skin. She didn't quite look so much like Morticia Adams as I do right now. So I'm gonna warm up my skin a little bit, add some bronzer. I'm using my Bourjois Delice de Soleil. I'm just being careful to take a lot of the product off on my arm first, just so I don't get a splodge of colour. And I'm gonna use it as bronzer and also as contour. It's just important when you're as fair as I am to make sure you bring it down onto your neck too. A bit better. Next I'm going to take a peachy blush. This is Peaches by MAC. On a 109 brush. No, is it? Yes, it is a 109 brush. Now for the lips. Brigit Bardot loved overdrawing her lips, and so do I, hey! So I'm going to be drawing them a bit bigger, and also she kind of did a little bit of the darker lip liner than lipstick, so it was that really like almost a precursor to Pamela Anderson, you know, that really obvious lip line, so that's what I'm going to do. And it looks really sexy on her, so I've just popped a little bit of concealer on my lips first, just to kind of take down the natural colour of my lips. And I'm going to use Spice lip pencil by MAC. She had a very round shape, like almost like no Cupid's bow. And then just taking a clean lip brush, just kind of smudge it in. And then to fill in that lip liner, I'm going to use Shy Girl by MAC, which is a peachy toned nude. Maybe a bit too peach. The colour's a little bit on the peachy side. I just want to tone it down a little bit, so I'm going to take some Studio Fix powder foundation on my Inglot brush. Just dab it over. And that is my finished Brigit Bardot look. I hope you like it. It's turned out a little bit more wearable than I thought it was going to halfway through there. And I know my lips are crazy overdrawn, but if you actually go back and look at pictures of Brigit Bardot, her lips were like completely drawn on. So I didn't make this up. Go and have a look for yourself, you'll see. So I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, all that stuff. Description box will have all of my links to social media, and as always there will be more photos of the finished look on my blog so you can see everything in a little bit better detail. So thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you very soon. Bye!